Good evening. It is Saturday night. It is the 12th of March, and I am just bringing my vlog up to speed. When I was recording it yesterday afternoon, from the beach with all the noise and the sun coming down, you probably couldn't hear or see me very well. When I was recording it yesterday, Steve McLaren was still in situ. He was still the coach at Newcastle United. By the time I had finished recording it, he had officially gone, and Rafa Benitez had stepped into the breach as the replacement to Steve McLaren. It's great, although how Steve McLaren was treated by Newcastle United is abysmal. He certainly didn't deserve that. He not a great manager, and things didn't work out. He may be a good coach. He may well be a good bloke as well. But how he was dealt with, it just again confirms the circus that is my beloved Newcastle United, and it's very, very sad to see things being handled the way they are. So a shameful week. But anyway, he has gone, and Rafa Benitez is now the manager of Newcastle United. I can't believe I'm saying that. I mean, shock horror. I mean, I love Newcastle United, and it's absolutely terrific that he's agreed to come. But I'm bewildered as to why he would. Sorry, Tara, for having a drink of my coffee now. My sister can't stand it when I do this in the middle of the vlogs. Why a man with so many doors open to him, and doors that will be open to him, a man who only 6-7 weeks ago was the manager at Real Madrid, a man who won the Champions League with Liverpool, would agree to come to such a mess that it is Newcastle United. You know, I objectively, I have to say that. I love Newcastle United, and I love the fact that Rafa Benitez has come. But I'm still, I am surprised that he's agreed to do it. It was what I was watching an interview just before. With Alan Shearer, who seems to be overjoyed and I think surprised that Rafa Benitez has agreed to come. I listened to Alan Shearer talk, and we all know how much he loves Newcastle. And I'm just wondering, is it possible that Alan Shearer, could now have some involvement in the club? I mean, he's such a resource. He could have such an inspiring influence within Newcastle United. It just seems such a waste that he's not involved. Maybe director of football. The point is, however, is would that work? I mean, he's probably persona non grata in the boardroom after all the criticising that he's done of Newcastle United and of Mike Ashley. I can't imagine a million years that Mike Ashley would have Alan Shearer anywhere near Newcastle, with all the criticism has been absolutely right and absolutely correct. But even if he was there, you just wonder if perhaps if it would be possible for Alan Shearer to stay away from the management and to let Rafa Benitez do the managing, and for Alan to stay upstairs as as it's term. Maybe not. Probably not. I don't know. But I mean, it would be great if that were possible, because I can't help thinking that if you think of Rafa Benitez managing, you think of Alan Shearer as director of football, that the value of the whole could be more than the value of the individual parts. But it's highly unlikely that would ever happen. If and when Mike Ashley decides to sell the club, I could well envisage Alan Shearer being part of the new setup. I think we're going to have to wait for that. I also hope that Rafa Benitez moving in means that we are now going to see the back of Graham Carr. I was going to say Alan, his son, but I hope this means we're going to see the end of Graham, because I mean, he's had too much power, it would seem, and the players he's bringing in not enough of them have been good. So let's hope that the changes are going to bring better times. How good they can be even with a great manager with a great reputation like Rafa, is how good they can be when Lee Charnley, Mike Ashley are at the top. I mean, it's always going to be difficult when they're there, but still, it's got to be a change for the best now that Steve McLaren has gone. Let's hope that we get the bounce on Monday night against Leicester. I hope Leicester win I'm sure millions of people hope that Leicester wins the league, but I've got to think of Newcastle United, and I've got to hope that we beat Leicester on Monday night and that we get that new manager bounce. I mean, more than a bounce. I mean, we've got a mini competition going on here. We've got, if you assume no disrespect to. Gosh, I'm coming up to nearly 6 minutes on this. I hope I'm not. This is not a drag for everyone. If we assume, no disrespect to Aston Villa, that they are down, there are 2 more relegation places, and there are 3 clubs in for those 2 places: Newcastle United, Sunderland, and Norwich. And I think that if Steve McLaren had still been in place, there's no way that we would have been the ones to survive. We would have been the one that is going to survive. Only one of those 3 are going to survive in that race, or to avoid those other 2 relegation places. Excuse me, Tara. We'll have another slip of coffee. Now, we've got a chance, but it's going to be squeaky bum time until the. I don't like that phrase. I wish I hadn't used that, but that is what it is going to be until the end of the season. If we survive this season, then even with Ashley and Charlie, and I think we've got some things to look forward to. Obviously, if we go down, all bets are off, and Ashley's model goes out of the window. If we can survive, and if we can survive, then I think we might have some more things to look forward to. I hope it doesn't all end up in tears and that promises have been made. In terms of transfers and what have you, and power and how it's all going to work with Rafa Benitez, that doesn't end in tears. I can see that happening, and that sooner rather than later Rafa just leaves and says broken promises. But let's hope things looking a little bit better today than they were a couple of days ago. Excuse me. And let's hope. Listen, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I may well be with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.